For here, if you are given to solve for x, if you are given to solve for x, given this question, x to the power 4 plus 1 is equals to 0. So what you do, you come and say x to the power 4, you move the positive 1 to the right hand side, becomes negative 1. Okay, and then x to the power 4 will be equal to negative 1 plus 0i, or you can put j, still the same. Okay, so from there we move on to saying that since this is rectangular, it has a negative real number and a complex 0. We have put it into rectangular form. So we want to solve for x. So what do? We say this 4, x to the power 4, we multiply it by a quarter, which is what you do on the left hand side, you must also do it on the right hand side. So which implies that this quarter, it will cancel, and then it will give us x to the power 1, and our right hand side it will be the rectangular one to the power 1 over 4. Okay, so from there we are going to say our x, okay, the x there is equals to negative 1 plus 0i to the power negative 4, power 4, sorry, 1 over 4. So which implies that from our imaginary, we can see that here, we can see that this is negative 1 real. So this is our real axis, this is our imaginary axis. Okay, imaginary z, real z. So we can see that this is negative 1 in the real side, so the point is negative 1. But it did not move anywhere in the y. The y, which is the complex imaginary, it was just 0. That's why it just moved in the left. So the angle is this one. Okay, the angle is this angle from there to there. Okay, that is the angle, which is pi. Okay, so from there we say that we want to find r. R, we always know that r is the square root of this component squared plus this component squared. That is our r. So we check on our, come and we say our r is equal to square root of the real component plus the complex one component. Then if you square it, if you square root it, we are going to get 1. So that will be our r and the radius. Okay, so now if you want to find the roots, remember we said x is equals to that. So if you want the roots now, we are going to say xk, these are the roots. Xk is equal to 1 to the power 1 over 4. You come and you also multiply the same component of pi with what? 1 over 4. Okay, which is the same as dividing by 4. But because there are many roots, so to find the other roots, what do? We add the 2k pi. Okay, so the original one, the angle was pi radians. So in order to find the other roots, we say plus k what? Pi. And the 4 is coming from here because we divided by 4. It's the same as multiplying by 1 over 4. This side multiplied by 1 over 4, which is just dividing by 4. Okay, So this argument and this argument, they are always the same. Okay, but the difference is here we have a cos, there we have a sine. Alright, so if you have 4 roots, you start from 0, 1, 2 up to 3. You always start from k, 0. K always start from 0. That is the trick. So from there now we have to find the roots in polar coordinates. Alright, so we are simplifying this. We are simplifying this by replacing where there is k, you put 0. So this everything will be 0 and you'll be left with pi over 4. And this everything will be 0, you'll be left with that. So that will be the answer in polar form. But if you want the next root in polar form, which means you are going to replace there with the what? With the 1. You are going to replace there with the 1. So if you replace it with the 1, if you replace it there with the 1, what are you going to get there? It's going to be 2 pi plus pi, which is 3 pi. If you replace it with the 1 here, and then this side, if you replace it with the 1, it's going to be the same 2 pi plus pi over 4, which is 3 pi. And then also you do the same by adding 2 pi to the pi, which is already there. This one, if you replace the k, it becomes 2 times 2, which is 4 plus pi, 5 pi over 4. K is now 3. 3 times 2 plus pi, which is 7 pi over 7. So now we are just changing to rectangular from polar by simplifying this and that. Okay, so the next step then it will be just to change to rectangular. So by simplifying this, you find out the answer is root of 2 over 2. You simplify that, you find out the answer is root of 2 over 2. And you also come here, you also come there, you simplify that, you find out the answer is this one, negative, and this one is positive. Okay, when you simplify this, just the I remains where it is. So this is polar, this is rectangular now. Okay, we go to the next root, the third root, which is simplify this, you get a negative. You simplify that, you get a negative. Okay, and remember your calculator must be in radians. And then you come again, you find another rectangular solution to this equation, which is that if you simplify cos 7 pi over 4, you are going to get that. And then if you simplify sine 7 pi over 4, you are going to get that. Okay, so these are the 4 rectangular roots, which is this one, the first one, and then the second one, and then the other ones are these 2, which are here, 0 and 1. These are the rectangular roots, which are the solution to the equation.